Welcome to Riftway Cataclysm, a war game across time and space. I'm David Rogers, the creator, and I'm going to walk everyone through a series of short tutorials on how to get started playing Riftway Cataclysm. Today, we're going to cover building your army and assigning troop cards to your favorite models. So first and foremost, it's important to know that in Riftway Cataclysm, you can use models from any artist to build the army of your dreams. You'll pick your models, you'll assign custom faction rules that evoke their vibe, and then you're going to search through our series of archetype cards, which we call troop cards, to assign rules to your models to make them play exactly how you want. As opposed to other war games, there are not individual factions with set models. Every faction has access to all the models, and the special rules and war gear you equip them are going to make them play in your special style. So here, I have a few models I want to assign troop cards to, so that they play how I imagine they would. Let's start off with this laser dinosaur. So my Lasersaurus, it was a model I built just to look cool, and now I want to play him on the battlefield as a part of my prehistoric defenders. My army of superpowered dinosaurs, genetically engineered to defend prehistoric Earth from interdimensional invaders. So I know I want this dinosaur to have a laser attack, so he's going to have a range attack, and I want him to also be good in melee. So I found the Apex Predator. The Apex Predator is a massive and adaptable predator capable of taking down prey from both close and distant ranges. So this is a unit of 1 with 1 model. He's got 32 health. He's large, and he's got an 8-inch movement, which is pretty quick. He has a short-range attack that does 7 attacks at 3 damage, and he has a melee attack that does 10 attacks at 2 damage, which means he's a little bit better at penetrating armor with his lasers, and he's a little bit better at chewing through infantry with his teeth. So I can just assign that card to him, and even though the pictures don't match, that's okay. You can even print out a blank troop card and customize it yourself. Next, I'm going to look at these models I got from Cthulhu Wars. These are kind of like gnashy teeth monsters. They look resilient, they look fleshy, they look kind of ephemeral. Maybe you'd shoot a laser and it just go right through them, I don't know. But I want them to be resilient melee warriors. And so I looked through and I found the Butchers. Power-armored slaughtermasters wielding brutal butchering tools. They come in units of 1, so there's 1 unit per troop, 3 models, 10 health, 5 armor, and a 6-inch movement, and they got a pretty vicious melee attack. So I think that matches up pretty well. One of the nice things about Riftway Cataclysm is that you never need to rebase your models. All you have to do is place them atop a base. All models are on either a 90 by 120 millimeter base or a 100 millimeter base. You just stick them on top, and all your measuring, your movement, your line of sight is measured to and from the base. And the models still get killed off, but they help track how many models are remaining in the unit for the purposes of damage bracketing and things like that. Then, when you go to assemble your army, you and your opponent are simply going to use the same number of troops in your army. Every troop is as powerful as every other troop within the meta, but they counter different enemies. It's kind of like building a roster for League of Legends. Both teams have 5 champions, but each one is good at different stuff. And in even some cases, some particularly weak troops that come in hordes, like the Horde, not only do they have lots of models, 8, but they also provide 2 units, which means 2 bases, for every troop selection, which allows you to swarm your opponent and have greater board control. Building armies in Riftway Cataclysm is tons of fun, it's super easy, and I guarantee whatever army it is you play, it's already compatible with Riftway Cataclysm. Thanks for watching, and I hope to see you in the Riftway.